Greetings everyone, CCX here. Welcome back to Wario Land 2. In the last episode, we ended up completing the second alternate pathway, or I should say the first alternate pathway. And now in this episode, we're actually going to continue on forward and actually go to the second alternate pathway of Wario Land 2. Now, this is actually when I start to realize when the game starts to become a little bit samey in terms of mission objective, and also the fact of what you have to actually be doing. To be able to find the entrance to the cellar version, or the alternate pathway to the cellar, it's actually quite easy and quite simple. And you guys kind of saw me got it in the last part, in the part before when we got to the boss. It wasn't really that hard. And it's really relatively simple. I did go on my way to go and get the 2 map pieces that I left behind, especially one from the final level. Did a lot better job in the final level, and I gotta say that even though it's a bit jarring going through these stages constantly, I still recommend going after the coins. Now, the thing about Wario Land 2's alternate pathways is they can go ahead and kind of be good, bad, sad, or just outright terrible. But they're all relatively interesting in their own way. It's just that you gotta really try to find where that interesting part is. So you slide down here and you'll be able to find the alternate exit. Now the difference between this alternate exit and the other alternate exit is that when you beaten the snake, apparently the snake was a distraction for Wario, that he ended up managing to not be able to get his treasures back. He wasn't able to catch up to the burglars. But now that we've ignored the snake, we can now go ahead and get to the burglars, because for some reason I guess they didn't get that far. I don't understand that, and Captain Syrup's gang members are really dumb. So anyways, we see them walking by as per usual, except this time they're not outside, this time they're still inside. And of course there's still that third one that's still dumb-witted as always, but then they go and turn around and they see Wario, so now they must jump down into a different cellar. I don't understand this. By the way, I love this cut. Look at it, that's it. Alright, now let's just go to the other one. Go to the cellar again and defeat the giant spearman. Again. Seeing a running theme here? Now anyways, welcome to this second alternate pathway. Now the second alternate pathway is not really that difficult. Well, the first 2 levels that I've done is not that difficult. Now I gotta love this black screen here, which you could probably just put in absolutely anything. So, flick this switch will activate the light, so you can be able to go ahead and see the platforms. Also, if you already know where the platforms are located, you actually don't need to go ahead and switch on the light. The light is just there for you to be able to see where the platforms are located. And that's really about it, because even with the black doors, you can still go through them normally. So, yeah, you don't really need the light switch. Kind of ends up making the gimmick of this stage completely pointless, if you already know the level layout, by the way. And as usual, if you know the trick of being able to block these guys is by, what's the word? Ducking. Ducking really helps you a lot in terms of fighting these enemies, because when you duck, the enemies have like the inability of attacking you. I don't know, I don't get it. It doesn't really make any sense, but what are you gonna do? And of course these fish enemies will always keep spamming their fishes at you, and they're by far the most annoying enemies I have the misfortune of dealing with. But what are you gonna do? Now in this stage it's a little bit longer because I kind of fumble around in the dark trying to find the treasure room, which, you know, in terms of where it is really not that hard to find. It's quite hilarious, but you'll end up finding it. It's I'll point it out when we actually get to the room. And no, I don't cut it out either, because there's something I'm trying to change in terms of recording now, is not trying to go ahead and have like parts that are 10 minutes. We're not in the YouTube days where our videos are used to be 10 minutes, folks. We can go past this. This room is where the bonus stage is, but of course the bonus stage being hidden is also a black door, so you won't be able to find it, but if you keep continuously pressing up, you'll probably be able to locate it easily. But it's actually recommended that you go ahead and turn on the light switch. The light switches don't light up every single room because it lights up particular rooms. Like in this area, if you light up another area that's kind of like similar to this, when you enter the door, that light switch will be able to go ahead. That light switch will be on in that room and also in this room as well. Like here, you notice that the light switch is on here. You can be able to see the area here because this area is also dark too. But if you go through this door, which is already black, it's dark. So say if you press the switch to light up the room in this area, the lights will be on. Same goes if you go to where the bonus stage is, the lights will be on in that room as well. That's kind of what I was trying to say. I couldn't really explain it any better because trying to explain it is a bit stupid. Like, it's I don't know, it's dumb. Okay, we got ourselves these zombie ghosts. They're back and they do the exact same thing as they always did, turn into a zombie. You guys already know the game already. I mean, seriously, do I have to explain anything to you guys? But anyways, I guess I could go ahead and talk about other stuff aside from going through the stage. I already explained the entire stage gimmick, and this is the entire part, to be honest. I guess how I got myself into the Wario Land series is kind of a bit weird. Like I said, there's a lot of reasons how I got into a lot of series. Like, as of right now, I'm really trying to get into other series type games that I never really played before, because I'm trying to expand my video games a bit more, because I'm always used to just playing something like Mario based, Zelda based, or to be honest, I should more so say being unappreciative against all the non-favoritism games that always come out in our video games lifespan. And to be honest, that's kind of more so the mentality I had as a child, and I kind of don't like that mentality. In fact, I never liked the mentality of selling video games to get other games that weren't even that good to begin with. Like, the fact is that, like I said, if you guys are familiar with Capcom's Gotcha Force game, I love that game to death. And the thing is, you can't find that game anymore. Well, you can find it on Amazon, but good luck trying to get that at a low price. I mean, seriously, 80 bucks. It's probably more than that now. It probably goes for like 100 and something. But that game is like, it was addictive and it was fun. I love the design for all the characters. I love the final boss, even though the final boss was hard when you first fight him. And it's like, it was a very wonderful game. And it also had a Japanese Totsusek. I can't pronounce that. I'm not gonna even try. Giant robot anime boss fight with a mecha Gotcha Force enemy, where it played a song in the American version. Obviously, what they did was they had an instrumental version, but of course in the Japanese version they had lyrics for that one. I did not know that, and I was like, oh, they actually had music in that. Because the thing is, I started to like put Japanese giant robot animes opening themes with God Danner. You guys know, with the husband and wife who, well, actually they weren't husband and wife in the first episode, but basically it's an anime about this. I actually forgot what the anime was about, but it was basically with the husband being able to destroy people with his mech, and the wife also had the capabilities of that. And almost like near, I think, season 2, the husband was getting controlled by this alien type of thing that they had to defeat. And like I said, it's been a while since I watched God Danner, but I love that anime, even though it kind of did look like a fan service type of show, considering where it was located in the Anime News Network. Well, not Anime News Network, Anime Network. It was basically an on-demand thing that I decided to subscribe to but the main reason why I didn't buy it, because it was $6.95 per month, and it was like, if I'm not gonna like any of these animes, I don't really have a reason to buy them. And then after a while, I convinced my mom, since she basically likes anime in a nutshell, Well, and that she basically likes anime as a whole because she actually knows how to watch anime constantly. Like, sheesh. But anyways, it's like as soon as I got that, it's like those I end up watching like other animes, and it's weird too because that's when I actually was on an anime binge, but now I'm not anymore, and it sucks too. And it's not because I left high school, because high school was probably one of the main reasons why I watched anime, because a lot of my other friends watch anime, and my friends today still watch anime, but I don't know how they are able to just sit down and watch a new anime without getting bored upon it. But maybe I'll find some sure way of being able to find the energy of watching a particular anime. Who knows? It really, it happens with a lot of us, and I'm pretty sure I'm like not the only one where you kind of wish you can get into this thing that everyone else is getting to, but you can't because you just don't have the energy to. You kind of just want to do like other stuff, and you know, life is very, very weird at times. Life gets to you a lot. Life is like stuff, and that's about it. But anyways, my point is that Gotcha Force, fantastic game, and if you could be able to, if you guys manage to still have a copy of that, play the crap out of that game, because that game is very, very well done. I also like that if you do the dragon mech that you fought, you kind of had to go ahead and get bits and pieces of him, and the main reason why is that if you have the head and the body, because they were separate beings, but in the game they were whole, but but when you have them as a Borg, it was a separate being. It was a head, and then it was a headless dragon mech thing flying around. But the thing I love the most about it is that there's I guess the Gotcha Force energy, or the overdrive energy, where if you activate it, the head and the body will fuse together and create the gigantic dragon mech. And I love the crap out of that, because when I found that out when I first played it, I was like, oh crap, so that's how you get the mech dragon. When I first ended, because the thing is, in Gotcha Force, I kind of was trying to get every single Borg in the game, and there was also even alternate colors. Don't ask, I don't know why I was trying to get the alternate colors. Like, the game was literally a glorified toy box. That's exactly what it was, because that's what the device that they had. It basically looked like a gigantic toy box with very imaginable energy, and it was enjoyable. It was like they had a ninja, they had a spellcaster, they had the main Borg that you use throughout the entire game, who ends up getting the sword. Because it's funny, because I keep saying because a lot, but when you have like the box art, they show him with the sword, but then when you get the game, he doesn't have the sword, so you kind of like wonder, it's like, where's the sword? And it's like, oh crap! It's like, oh, this is the guy who was like, it's like, now he has the sword. That's incredible. And does the sword make him stronger? Oh, you bet your behind it does, because that sword gives him a lot more range, and his attack power goes almost slightly through the roof. They also have levels in that game too, but the levels kind of didn't really mean anything, because there are like some Borgs that can just instant kill you. I'm looking at you, the Borg, the gigantic cannon Borg, where it takes a while for it to charge its laser, but when it charges its laser and you get shot by it, you feel the damage and it kills you. And it literally has the ability of killing you one hit. Same with the final boss, and the final boss was really difficult when you first play the game. And the reason for that is because it was basically, you had your two friends, which were AIs, which, you know, we already know how AIs are in Capcom games. They're not really good. And you have yourself. The game ends once all of your Borgs are defeated, but your friends try to help you out. The thing about the final boss is that he has a shield, and when his shield is down, the phases start to get, when his health starts going down, his attack patterns start to go sporadic. And then there's the final phase where he just goes nuts. Like, once you knock out the Baron, he just goes nuts and just shoots lasers everywhere. And that's really difficult to dodge. But anyways, I'm done gushing over Gotcha Force. I don't know why I wanted to talk about that. I guess because I wanted to talk about something at least. But anyways, guys, in the next episode, we'll be taking on the next level of Wario Land. I've been CCX, and we'll see you guys next time. CCX over and out of here.